Well, gamers, I haven't done much video this week, or I haven't done many videos this week because I've been really busy. But it is a very important week, or has been a very important week, because it is just over, or it's 1 year and 1 week since the launch of Titanfall 2. And what can I say, people? Now, everybody's playing Call of Duty World War 2. They're having connection and launch issues with it. Can I just put this out there for you gamers and first-person shooters and people who want to step outside the box? Now, I haven't bought Call of Duty World War 2. I probably will buy it when it gets a lot cheaper. But let me just be brutally honest with you here. This game launched on console and PC. No issues, no crashes, no season pass. And the mechanics on this game are second to none. And how has it shaped up after a year? Well, just like this double kill here, it's just gotten better. So at launch, you had to choose, like attrition and capture the flag and all that stuff. You had to pretty much just choose for a pilot versus a pilot. And they learned very quickly from that because everybody just wanted to play pilot versus pilot. So then they mixed it up. You couldn't just look, well, you can if you want to just look for attrition, but you'll be waiting for a while. And you can look for several game types, like Titan Brawl, which is a new game type they brought in, Blitz Flag and Capture the Flag. All these new game modes were added in there. And there is, when I jumped on today to get this video, I was happy to see there were 7,000 people playing it globally on console. I don't know about PC. And to me, that's fantastic because I can find a game on this quicker than I can with Gears of War 4. So people, what am I saying? This game has got nothing but better. Now, they had a few weapons and a few classes which were a little bit OP and they had to nerf them, and they did. Not only did Respawn listen to their community, but they didn't, it was, they listened to you and they got back to you, had positive feedback, and they made appropriate nerfs within the game, which didn't ruin it for anybody. Now, a lot of people might whinge about certain Titans here and there and go, oh no, they nerfed mine or they nerfed this. But when, I'll be honest with you people, when I'm on the Titanfall page, when I was basically back there and looked around, everybody was going, oh, Titan Brawl, there's heaps of people using rain in their OP, what a joke, yada yada. That changed. I can definitely say the skill gap has improved. Now, I've been playing all week this week. I'm just up to G14, whatever, and I finally got there. I got it there today. And all week I've had troubles with this game. I'm usually second or third, or not even that, like fourth or fifth. Finally got some really good gameplay like I did today, and loving it. And watch this dude, like he just, good phase, and thanks for coming, pal, right in front of me. So people, this is the highest kill game I've got since I've come back in Titanfall 2 this week. And I can tell you now, the skill gap has closed within me. Now, it's not because I've gotten worse. No, people, it's because other players have gotten better. And, yeah, you use Rainans here and there like I am in this attrition game mode. But I'm using the Scorch, baby. I'm using the Scorch and Titan Brawl, or Last Titan Standing. And this game, it just flows and it's just awesome. The vanilla maps, which is this one here, have been nothing but fantastic for all game types. Particularly, I find when it comes to Capture the Flag. Even the new maps they've added here and there, glitch and things like that. When you play those on Capture the Flag, it really brings the best out of this game. I do have Capture the Flag footage, but it's pretty boring because we absolutely dominate the other team, so I didn't want to use that. The turrets, yeah, look, even people whinge about the turrets, but they're not as powerful as people made them out to be, and every pilot gets around them. There is a counterbalance for every weapon, every skill type, everything in this game, and they've balanced it perfectly. And it just drives me up the wall that I've seen here and there that the season pass for World War II Call of Duty is $64.95. Let me just say it again. $64.95. No season pass to this game. Not pay to win. It's pay to unlock. They gave us new Titans, new camos, new skins. And when you look at the skins, if you want to buy them, they tell you how much they are. Like the Halloween special bundle I got for about 10, 15 bucks. I can't remember. Not bad. Really good camos. And it goes back to Respawn. Not so much EA. And, the connection's still pretty good. You get the 1 or 2 laggy play here and there, peeps. And that's it. That's just about it, really. I can't praise it anymore. It's my favourite game in 2016 going into 2017. I really haven't played much of it because I got an Infinite Warfare. And I do have a COD addiction, but Infinite Warfare ain't shit on this compared to the campaign as well as multiplayer. Now, let's talk about the campaign. This game has one of the best and surprising campaign stories I've played in the last 2 years. Without a doubt. The first one was good. You had to be online, but this one you didn't. And this one, man, it's just unreal. And the best, and I will repeat this, the best of all levels I played on on a campaign game, on any game this year, without a doubt, would be Cause and Effect, where you go back in time and forward in time to involve the good story, the good pace, and the mechanics of this game. No cut screens in it, and it just goes boom, boom, boom. second to none. No other gaming company, not even Mass Effect, has come close to it on that level. If you're going to just buy this game, buy it for cause and effect. The great Cliffy B, man, the guy who is pretty much Unreal Engine and all that kind of stuff, said, I want to hear what all the hype is about cause and effect. I'll get back to you in a couple of hours when I finished it. He played it on console and PC, but he said to me when he came back, well, not me, but to the masses, I should say, not Wybot, he doesn't talk to me directly, God I wish. But he says, yo, it certainly did live up to its hype. Very hard thing to develop as a game developer, also to fit it within the story and make it well in the timeline without doing cutscenes, etc, etc, etc. Thanks for coming, now I am using the Ronin. So they nailed it. They also brought in some gameplay, Frontier Defense, which is like Horde mode, which is in Titanfall 1. They brought some classic maps from Titanfall 1 back to Titanfall 2, Warframe and so forth. And then the other thing they added into it was the factions. The factions can give you little unlocks here and there. And more importantly, not so much weapons, but camo and so forth. And you got a different intro from the factions as you're dropping in. And my favourite is the Angel City Aces, because the guy's a bit of a drunk. He is. You got Ares, you got all sorts of stuff. You've got different camos you can unlock. You got different abilities. Stim, phase shift, hollow point, cloak, grapple. You know, the whole lot and shamuzzle, the radar. It's just awesome. The executions they add is more executions to it. There is a plethora to this game, and I couldn't be happy when I jumped back on the Saturday. And guess what? I found the games. No dramas. And yes, the first couple of games I really kicked butt in this one, but then I lost 4 games in a row. Shout out to whoever ran up against the filthy Wybot. You absolutely owe me. The only one player I really had the shits with was against in Eden, where he camped back. And guess what? He lost. His team lost because he camped back with a hemlock and he wondered why he was getting owned. And then his whole team jumped into Titans. And this is what I loved about it. They all jumped to Titans and my team stayed out of their Titans. We wiped out all their Titans, got our Titans back, and we won. The Titans aren't OP. Unless you're a very skilled pilot. Did you hear that? Emphasis, skill. Skill, people. Skill. Skill. Still, my favourite map is Angel City. They brought that back. Eden is another good one with the really fast system down for the middle. The time to kill, I don't think is as quick as Titanfall 1, but it really lives up to its expectation. Now, typical effing EA launched it between Infinite Warfare, which is, I don't get me wrong, I enjoyed that game, but it's nothing on this, and Battlefield 1, which I didn't enjoy at all. That was pretty just, I didn't think much of it. On PC I might, but had problems with it. Can you believe it? So all the gamers went to these games where you bought the game and you had to pay more for it, and they totally ignored the game where if you bought it, you've got it. Do you hear what I'm saying? They all ignored it and they went about every other game, but they never got on to embrace this one. And it's happening again now. Should I buy World War II? I won't buy on the Xbox One, I'll buy it on the PlayStation 4 because, that's what you got to do it on, and I don't play many games on the PlayStation 4. I'm waiting on Plays Unknown to come out. I'm not getting an Xbox One X, so I'll have to buy a new TV. That's the only reason. And at the moment, I'm happy with the TV I've had for close to 10 years. If it dies, it dies. I might upgrade a TV and get an Xbox One X. But my priorities are elsewhere. They really are, people. And I don't know, man. This is probably the best game that I have played in the last 2 years. Gears of War 4, the campaign was good, but this doesn't even come into it, man. It just doesn't. The fluidity, the fun, the connection, the respect for its fan base and the community by Respawn as the developers is better than any other company out there today. It really is. It is, peeps. And I was like, should I download, Call of Duty Call of Duty World War II had launch problems straight away. The servers are down. It'll take all weekend to download. Then I jumped back on Titanfall and I thought, not many people will be playing it. Well, I was pleasantly surprised that they were playing it and that guy owed me with his star. Clever move, you bastard. So I got this gameplay. This is the highest kills I've had since I've stopped playing this game regularly. Normally, I'm not going to boast, but I could get over 20, 22, particularly in attrition. As I said, the skill gap has dropped. They've added pistols and Titan weapons in. So every adjustment they've done is because they've sat down and they've gone through and achieved what they could do within a time frame at no extra cost for what the fans wanted. And without a doubt, no other company has come close to doing that or making a game that great with multiplayer campaign and even like a horde mode, like a player versus PvE mode. No other company has done that. Destiny might be the only one coming close to it, but it's good, but it has its issues. This game is still just balls to the wall. Probably the most intense, fun games I'm playing today. As you can see here, man, look at this. just, you know, people using Tones. The Tones was the first OP Titan. I used to use it and it used to be quite easy. Made the game a lot more interesting when I jumped onto the Scorch and more importantly the Ronin. Because yes, some people say the Ronin is OP. It loses armor like there's no tomorrow. And yeah, I got to talk about Reaper then. Okay, the Reaper took me. It took me out, people. So as you can see, Wybot and his team got the victory. Coming up here, just missing this dude. Now this is where it gets really intense because you can get rid of the enemy. I was going to get that dude, but of course the Titan dropped in there. But look at this, man. It's just no other game competes to it, man. I see Destiny 2 when you're playing against bosses on PvE level. The frame rate just seems to drop a bit, but in this game, man, it just seems to just flow. It really, really does. You got to watch a very new. Like the one thing I've been able to do is get assassinations. Look at that. What did you do, Wybot? Whoops, and he only jumped in his Titan and went down the stairs. But Frag a tab, be good to those who own you. If you do not have this game, get this game. It is cheap on the PlayStation Network as well as Xbox Live and definitely on PC. Frag a tab, be good to those who own you. The graphics on this are better than Call of Duty World War II. The mechanics are better than most other games. It doesn't have a season pass, so when you buy, you have to download a lot of updates with it, but you get pretty much everything you need unless you want to pay for certain bundles and things like that here, which you don't have to. It won't penalise you for it. So Frag a tab, be good to those who own you. Always keep it positive. Titanfall 2 for the win. Thank you so much for Respawn. Hopefully you're making Titanfall 3. If you like this video, drop a like. If you haven't subbed, please sub. Follow me on Twitter. Punch a nun. Let's go. Balls to the wall. And you should buy Titanfall 2. Yeah!